Welcome to the Kuenzli Talk, wedding planning made simple. With over 10 years of experience as wedding photographers, we sisters share tips, stories, and advice to help you plan your wedding day without stress or regrets. Let's dive in. So, welcome to a new episode of the Kuenzli Talk. Here's Melanie.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're here together with some very special guests of ours. They're friends and clients of this year's wedding season. It's Luigi and Anusha coming from Geneva. So thank you for being here
Thank
and
you so
welcome.
much. Welcome back.
Thank you,
Thank
guys. It's
you
so
for
nice to see
inviting
you
us.
again. We missed you. We missed you.
Yes.
Likewise, and it's a pleasure to have you here back
So
in
much.
Basel again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we do have so many like questions for you today because yeah, as you know, we have been through a journey together. Actually, we had the pleasure and the honor to document your wedding weekend, not just with photos, but also with video. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't there personally, as you know, but Stephanie, you were there. And I know, like, from the whole photo video team, they had all a blast with you. So I really was had FOMO. I was fear of missing out. I was kind of like, I want to be there too. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw it. Now we just recently saw your video, like the whole documentary video, and I just really felt like I was actually kind of like there, like while watching this video. So it was so cool. And yeah, I mean, yeah, we just want to know a little bit more about your experience with the whole wedding thing, with the whole photo video experience that you had with us. But first of all, I think it makes sense to just like introduce yourself. Like, yeah, we know you're from Geneva, guys. So yeah, let's share a little bit of your love story first.
Yeah.
Me to start. So
Ladies
my
first.
my name is Anusha. I'm born in Geneva, but origin Sri Lanka. And I met Luigi when I was 23. Been 12 years that we're together. We met in Geneva. We met in a club while we were drunk, to be precise.
I like that.
And 12 years of happiness. Yeah.
So beautiful.
That's a nice
Love
re-
it.
Mhm.
My name is Luigi. I'm half Italian, half Filipino. I've been in Geneva since 2009, and luckily, I met Anusha in 2012 because 3 years
Without her.
without her, no, in Geneva without her, yes, it was very tough. And let's say, yeah, it passed really quick. And I proposed to you for our 10th anniversary.
Yes.
We have a kind of different type of relationship because being from with Sri Lankan origins, she still has this culture in which they still have the
Arranged
arranged
marriage.
weddings.
In our
and,
culture, it doesn't exist to have a boyfriend, to go out and to live with the boyfriend doesn't exist. So we found other tricks, other way.
let's say it's
to-
it's really thanks to this issue that we started traveling, because when we were in Geneva, I could not even hold her hand, I could not kiss her, we could not relax. She was always, he might know my father, that's my cousin, that's my uncle, that's my
Mhm. But it's also thanks to that that we understood when we meet, we just want to be happy.
we just want to be
Yeah.
happy,
want to
and
be-
the precious time we had together,
Just to
we
be
just
happy, to enjoy life,
Yeah.
and not to be bothered by little arguments we can hear from other couples. Us, when we meet, we just want to be happy. We just want to be enjoying life. We don't bother who's gonna be doing this, doing that. There's no jealousy
No,
because we just trust
jealous
each
is
other.
a waste of time. If we're together, it's because we trust each other and we want to have fun with each other, and that's it. And one of the things, for example, she could not even stay and sleep at my place, for example. So imagine after a nice romantic evening or going to the restaurant, partying, go back home, and then the alarm, I have to drop you home, just like Cinderella.
Oh, yes,
Princess.
But this not at the 16, 18. This
Yeah.
at,
Yes, at 23,
25, at
20.
30, at 31.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
For my entourage, like my friends, they don't understand. Like, you're 23, you are an adult, you can be free, you do whatever you want. I say yes. It's the culture. It's not my parents. The culture makes it more difficult to do all this. Even born in Geneva, we still have that culture and those respects of values. So
Yeah.
I had to grow up with.
Yeah.
And so we realized already back in the days that the best thing was to get out of Geneva. And that's when we started traveling and traveling. And we realized, look, even one day, let's go. Our first date abroad was actually Paris with Disneyland.
No
I
way.
surprised
Oh,
her.
so
We went to sleep
cute.
in the castle.
Yeah,
We
even
had
adults, you
Mickey
really feel like
Mouse.
princes
Yes.
and children. We're like, we really
And
enjoyed.
it's just so this was the
Mhm.
first date, and then we started traveling, and then it was in 2017 that we had the chance to discover the Balearic Islands.
Mhm.
So first time for us, Menorca, Ibiza, Formentera, and when we were there since 2017, we said if we get married one day, we're gonna get married here. We're just 1 hour away from Geneva. We're in 1 hour. We're in paradise. We have sunshine, the beautiful beaches, almost like the Caribbean islands. And we said, if
Incredible.
one
Yeah.
day this is gonna happen, we're gonna do
Be
it.
there. And also, why there? When you look for someone, when you have a partner, it's also at that island. I have the perfect partner for me. Whenever I travel, but also to party, to
Yeah.
go shopping, to go discover another country, I really felt the best partner. And on that island, I realized I prefer to be with you and party than to be with the girlfriends or other people. We have the best
Time
partnership,
together.
yes. And
Yeah.
I say we're gonna celebrate there
So
because we
cool.
always hear people saying, "Oh, you can't go with the boyfriend, the girlfriend to
Yeah.
party or to go to Ibiza." And I'm like, I have the best time with him.
Yeah.
no.
Why change it?
Exactly.
Why?
It's
Yeah.
actually your best friend.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the island was such a beautiful place, such a beautiful vibe, and so different, both islands, that we liked it so much. And we said, no, we need to share this with the people. If we do a wedding, why do a wedding in Geneva and then to save money have to drive 3 hours away in France to do the reception? We
Yeah.
might as well tell everyone to come. We transform it in a mini vacation and a mini family gathering. And why just one day? Let's make it several days. And then who can
And-
stay? Let's stay more days before and after. So we started already having this idea
And
about
we're pretty easygoing. And Ibiza, the vibes is also relaxed. It
Yeah.
represents us. And we say Ibiza, it's like us. We're easygoing. There's everything on that island. So we should live
everything you
there.
need, nice people,
Mhm.
and everything. So yeah, that's how we choose the island. And let's say that we were already some sort of craziness because, for example, for our, I proposed to Anushya during our 10th wedding anniversary because anniversaries for us are very, very important.
Yeah.
We celebrate actually every month. So since we met on the
Yeah.
25th of
Every-
February 2012, I always say, no, every month we have to celebrate, we have to do something special because we have to remember
Yeah.
why that
It's
moment.
a restart. It's a refresh.
It's a restart.
So
there is no
nice.
Every month.
fighting. It's
Beautiful.
our anniversary.
Yeah.
That's why we do hugging.
Yes.
And then we
The
reset.
actual story between Huggy is when you have tension, I say no. We just do Huggy and we let go.
No.
So that's why
We
I
start.
let
We laugh. We joke.
I
So
around.
we
like
just
that.
let go. Just let go. We don't need to fight. We don't need. You have to let go. We don't have
Yeah.
time for that. So the Huggy secret is Huggy. So let go.
I think
No
I'm
more
gonna
angers.
incorporate that in my relationship. with my
Yeah,
boyfriend.
it's not the same right now.
Celebrating once a
bother,
month.
just say Huggy,
It's
and
so
then it's just
cool.
calm down. Yeah, and you smile. So
Yeah.
everything calms down.
See? So it
Yeah.
works until now.
Exactly.
We can put a
Mhm.
patent or something, a copyright.
We could,
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a.
Yeah.
Like perfect couple advice.
Yeah. Huggy is the word. Even our friends when they're like Huggy, but makes smiles everyone. See?
Yes.
So cool.
But I was saying that
What is it?
that we celebrate every time, every month, every year anniversary is something more special.
Mhm.
So we try to do a bigger travel. For our 10th year anniversary, we found this good deal from Geneva to go to Seychelles. So Anusha already knew it was not a surprise. I'm taking her to Seychelles. Something's gonna happen. But of course, she was like, "Are you gonna propose?
Yeah.
Look, Anusha, it's not in the moment. I only have 4 days. It's not this. But actually, I was already preparing everything.
Oh.
Like, hi. So you got the surprise
Mhm.
in Seychelles. You had
Yeah.
a private transfer from another island,
Yeah.
a visit, coconut tree.
Yes.
The all the surprises were spoiled because Seychellois are very, how do you say, down to earth and direct. So they
Yeah.
don't really understand the concept of
Surprise.
surprises. So,
Yeah.
why are you here? Are you preparing something for her? Are you going somewhere? Have you already bring to this five-star hotel? I'm like, no. Look, it's a surprise. Ah, yeah, okay. The boat that will take you to the other island is here. The transfer is there. The lunch is ready. So all the things I prepared, it was already spoiled.
But I'm one of the lucky that every 25th I have surprises for him.
I
So
get-
every
oh,
25th
we do
he
something,
can
something.
always surprise me. Still now he
Challenges, but still
he
we
can
find some-
surprise.
how do
us.
you
So
still have
beautiful.
ideas?
Man, the world is so big
Well, you're
and
right.
there's
This
so
is
many
so
new things to do.
cool.
But also we are happy with simple things.
Yeah.
That's what's also
Simple
counts.
things,
Simple
Yeah.
touch,
simple
simple action counts. Like I love chocolate. Whenever he comes back with chocolate, I'm still like, oh, he's so sweet,
Yeah.
and not get used to it. It's
Yeah.
you always have to be thankful for all the small gesture.
Yeah.
That's what counts also.
So let's say we're crazy, but also
Yes.
we don't show.
No.
That's a very
Yeah.
sweet. I mean, it's so important to take that not as
Granted.
granted.
Good.
So
You're
all the
such an
small gestures.
inspiration. Yeah. Oh my god, I love
It's
it.
really making so nice. So we
Yeah.
can't wait for the next episode of your story. So please continue.
I mean, we could do a whole episode about like giving marriage advice. So,
Oh,
what
yeah,
to
it's
do
good,
like
it feels
after the
good.
wedding.
Yeah.
Actually, I see after what? We're going to celebrate our 13th
13
year
years.
together. Now we're married. I just turned 40.
Yeah.
Life's good. Life's fun.
Love
Life,
it.
time is flies.
Flies
So just
by.
enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
really that time flies.
Yeah.
Already 40. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in terms of your wedding, so you knew right away where you want to get married.
Yeah.
So about the wedding process itself, did you had like anxiety doing that, or were you kind of like very chill with the whole planning? So how was this journey for you? When did you start planning? Was that like the whole like starting point until you had like every vendor, every detail? So how was that? Because we know that you planned it by yourself.
Mm.
That's also something that we want to know. How was
Yeah.
that? Like, would you do that again? Because yeah, I think, or what we see in our like daily business, like capturing weddings, that planning a wedding or the wedding itself is so full of like details. Like every detail counts, just like the choosing the florals, like choosing the venue, choosing the music, like whatever it is. There's like so many layers in wedding planning. So yeah, we really wonder, how did you guys do that?
Well, let's say that we started as soon as after my proposal, and we started saying, okay, now we have to start thinking about it. So where are we gonna do it? We decided Ibiza. The first thing that we did is that we said, no stress.
Mhm.
Let's figure out first of all when is the best moment to celebrate in Ibiza. So first of all, let's go check. When is it sunny? Okay, let's go check in April. Ah, it's sunny, but the water is still cold. Okay, let's go back in September. Ah, September, it's cooler, less people, we can still swim. Okay, September.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it this year? No, I don't think so. This year it's too tight. Let's do it next year so we have enough time. We can still save money and then we can figure out the deal.
Yeah.
Instead of checking on the internet and dealing directly with the internet, what we said, we did the basic research, but then we always said, no, we need to go and
And to
see
see
with
it.
our eyes.
Yeah.
I still remember this afternoon because when we were thinking about Formentera, we said, no, let's go check. And one afternoon, we just rented the scooter. I had on my map the lists of places potentially for
The
the
little
wedding.
restaurant for the wedding.
And we
Yeah.
just went, we drove by, one by, hi, it's Luigi, I would like to get married. Can we just check around? And we saw physically each place and we got the vibe. We could
Yeah.
see the owner. We could see there's so many small examples. For example, this was a small Chiringuito, Formentera.
It's
Beautiful beach.
The view is beautiful, but
Then you go to the toilet and you see how the toilet are dirty and not
Yeah.
taken care of.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when you
Another
turn,
one-
you see all the garbage and all
Yeah.
the not the nice
Another
view.
one, you go in
Yeah.
the terrace, you have the beach, but when you turn around, you see the
Yeah.
dumps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we checked one by one and we tried to say to understand the feeling. And this was, for example, what we did once in one afternoon in Formentera.
Yeah, we take time and now also go talk to people and feel the vibe. And actually, in Codice Luna, where we did the second day,
Yeah.
we were having a drink. We always sit there having a drink with a nice view. And we were talking with the owners, like explaining we are here to do the wedding.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, but we can do it here.
Yeah.
And simply like that, we said, okay,
You
we
just
can do it here.
You just talk,
Yeah.
and then man, this is really an amazing place. Wow, imagine getting married here. And
So it was
Why
a
don't you-
coincidence,
Yeah, it
actually.
it's a coincidence. He did just one wedding before us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then he just said,
Let's
why
do it
not?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And,
cool.
And it's not really a catalog. It's not really something pre-chosen. It's where we went, the vibe we felt with the place, and we said, just imagining how it would have been.
Because whenever we travel, like imagine if our parents were cool, they were with us, his sister, or even my brother, our cousin. Imagine here if they're here and see this view, enjoying this vibe, and just there we say we can offer that. That
Yeah.
moment they can see it.
Yeah.
That was how we did. And then, for example, the other venue, it's because we went to have dinner. We stepped inside. We saw this wonderful garden restaurant with the full moon. And instantly, right away, she said, "No, I want to get married here." It's things that you feel. It's not things that
Yeah.
you choose before based on some.
Yeah.
It was
So-
more about finding a place which really mirrors your needs and
Personality.
personalities,
Yeah.
right?
And good connection with the people and the place, and imagining really wow.
Because we have some friends who get married beautiful places, but they say the owner is not the best, or the owner is amazing, but the place, okay, it's not the best. We
Yeah.
wanted the place that represent us.
Yeah.
So we had a good vibe with the place and with the owner. So that was the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, in our wedding, it's three venues. So one was the hotel, the second one was the restaurant Vimanera,
Yeah.
and the third one was the Chiringuito at
The Codice Luna.
Codice Luna. So in each one, we've been there before. In this hotel, we booked the rooms there. We slept there. We stayed there just to feel how is this? Is it too snobby place?
Yeah.
No, is it? No, we tried it. We had fun. She had a great connection with the organizer of the hotel, and we said, "Let's go." With the
So
restaurant,
about the hotel, I mean, you have two different cultures, right? So it was important to find a hotel which were big enough for everyone in the family, right?
The most important, because the Hindu ceremony has a little pot of fire.
Yeah.
And since it's an island, it's protected. The most important is to allow to do that ceremony.
Yeah.
So we understood in Ibiza and Formentera, you cannot privatize the beach.
no, you cannot because it's
Cannot.
public.
It's
You
public.
cannot
Sure,
remove
totally,
the-
yeah.
I'm like, I didn't mind, but of course you are doing a ceremony and people are just walking around.
Yeah.
I was like, not into it. And when we found that place in that amphitheater, and I asked, the first question was, can we have a little pot of fire? She said, of course you can. If it's a small pot, I said, that's it. We can do it here. That was the issue we had first for the Hindu ceremony.
Yeah.
But the rest, we will go with the vibe. It's really,
But trying to come back again in your original question, why did you guys do it yourself?
Yeah.
Because it's more fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
more fun. We actually tried once to just check how does it work with the wedding planner, but we had already
Yeah.
we had different ideas in the beginning
Yeah.
that changed. The original idea was in the old town of Ibiza to do a welcome party there for a small group.
Yeah.
Then it would have been the day after a bigger welcome group at the lighthouse,
Yeah.
and then the
Normally
day
it was only in
after
Formentera,
it would have
but
been.
then, yeah, we...
So when we explained this with the first wedding planner we met in Ibiza, she was like, yeah, but you know what? I have a good contact. Look at this villa. We can do already everything here. But you know what? Look at this place. We can go club downstairs. So let's see that the feeling that we had with her, even if she was very nice, and even
Yeah.
if she would have also said, look, if you don't choose me, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you need some help on the day of
She will
the,
be there.
The wedding,
we also give you this service. But what we felt is that they were trying to
Mold
deroute
you,
you,
like mold the wedding in a certain
move
way.
it in
Yeah.
another direction.
Yeah.
And so
We
we
can
understood
understand
the-
that, of course, in a business, you're going to take the one you work with.
Yeah.
But the way was like doing the way she wanted to be.
Yeah. And at the
Not
end of the
our
day, it's
view.
your wedding. Not
Exactly.
Yeah,
my
let's
wedding.
say, of course, it's
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
business. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll take care of it, but let's say I will put forward my contacts and my people
Yeah.
that I work with.
And there's also
And
a
we
question
said-
when you do it by yourself, it
Yeah.
comes from your heart, you're even more proud
Yeah.
to say, I did it, we succeeded.
Yes.
It's another feeling also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you said, of course, in a wedding, all the small details, like which flower, which...
Yeah.
Everything.
Quick note from our sponsor, Switzerland Tourism is all about making your dream destination wedding a reality. Check out their website for real wedding stories, a handy wedding venue finder, and top-notch vendors to bring your vision to life. Plus, their Instagram is packed with stunning inspiration from international weddings. You won't want to miss it. So now let's go back to our episode.
Yes,
What was the
everything.
biggest challenge actually organizing?
Yeah,
that?
what was the biggest challenge on the organization part?
Well, the
biggest
biggest challenge
challenge
was
is-
when
Let's say it's
6 months before the wedding, we
Yeah.
found out that the restaurant or the place we wanted to do our ceremony in was burned,
Was burned.
Yeah.
burned down. So even in October, and our wedding would have been September. So in 11 months, even the owner said, look, it's badly damaged.
Yeah.
I cannot guarantee you. So let's say that was the most challenging part because we already had an idea.
Yeah.
We already had a sequence. We already visualized everything. And then now, no, we have
So
to
we
start from scratch.
And we had to change.
So it was already a 1 year planification, and now we have to finally change. We have to start all over again.
And especially it was in October, September, and the season is closed. Everything is closed in Ibiza.
So whenever you
you
write
can't
to
visit.
someone, no
So
one
you
is going to
can't see
answer.
it.
So you have to
Yeah.
wait
Oh my goodness.
and wait
Yeah.
Until
until
April, March.
Yeah, when they
next-
open,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
at end of February,
End of February, March,
they,
yeah.
they open again. So we're like,
And that's what happened in our case. But you see, even if that happened, it's thanks to this issue that I started researching again, and I
Yeah.
found out about Naksamena,
Yeah.
about the amphitheater. I still remember that scene. That of course, I gave her this news. She's like, so she was on a side, and then I said, "Look what I found. Checks. I want there. Yeah, but let me
Yeah.
check. I want there."
yeah.
I started
Mhm.
writing, checking, like we mentioned, no answers because it was already closed.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, a couple of months after, I just sent a kind reminder. And then finally, sorry, I missed your email. Yes, of course.
Mhm.
I said, can we come and visit the place?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how we did.
Yeah.
Whenever there was a need to go see, we
Mhm.
just booked a ticket and go. That
And
was
go.
the best way is to go, feel the people, see
Mhm.
the place
And see
Yeah.
it, yeah.
be convinced so you already know you don't have some
You don't have
how do you
surprise
say,
that when you are
expectations
Yeah.
because you
and
already saw
disappointment
it.
because
Yeah.
you know what you're
Yeah.
going for.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
So you're actually very hands-on yourself.
Yes,
You're
yes,
doing
yes.
you like that, having also things in control, I guess.
I
There's
like-
like a good like a sense of like
For me,
security.
Yeah.
Like,
I need
yeah.
to feel in control. I know like what's going on where, but not
Yes,
like,
but remember what
not
she said, all the
control-
small details.
not the
we
small details,
did
but
not
the-
have to take care of them because we surrounded ourselves with professional
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So we
So-
need to feel in control for what they're doing.
In
Yeah.
the hotel, for
Yeah.
example, for the decoration, we said, "Nah, we trust you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys know how to
Yeah.
decorate your hotel.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We
you
trust
don't
the
have
artists
to-
that were around
Yeah.
us. We consider the people working are artists.
Yeah.
Like the florist for me, Manera. She's an artist. We say, you do what
Yes.
you know best. I'm not gonna tell you. You
The
put a
flowers.
flower like
Yeah.
this.
I don't know what
Yes.
flowers
Yeah.
are
Or in the-
available
yeah,
in
in-
September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
It's
said,
like even for the photographer, I'm not gonna tell you take a picture this side or this
Yeah.
side. You know you're the
it's
best.
important
Yeah.
to
It's your
know
job, and
how
you-
That was the
to-
part when you could let go because
Yes,
you
it's
found
that
the
the
people
word.
you
Let
like.
go,
Yeah.
And
delegate,
then you're
let
like,
go,
we
and
have our
trust.
team, we found it,
Yes.
and now they know what they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, that's really healthy to
Yes,
plan
yes, yes.
your wedding, but yourself, but
Mhm.
having this moment where you're like, we have our team,
Yes.
and they do what they have
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
That's the best thing because that will let you focus on other things.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge, actually, you mentioned, what is it? It's the family.
It's a family.
Explain.
Family.
Why are you getting married there?
yeah.
Why? Because then, I don't know if we mentioned, it was all secret. We did not give the location.
Nobody
We
Yeah.
organized the transport.
That was
We just
surprise.
told to people
To be in Ibiza this
Block
day, to
your
be in Florida
dates.
this week.
Yeah.
that it will be a
Yeah.
rendezvous at the port at this time and you will be dropped off back
Yeah.
again here at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And I think
Yeah.
that was the
whatever
best
happens in
decision,
the
one of the
middle,
best
you don't
decisions.
know.
I love
The
Yeah.
best decision
We
we
did
made.
not like
Right.
schedule.
Yeah.
At this time we cut the cake. At this
Yeah.
time we have the speech.
Yeah.
No.
But
No.
going back to the surprise, I mean, they didn't know.
Nothing.
And it would be so nice to hear what they didn't know because you had a surprise for your family.
It helped us because whenever now we can see with the réseaux sociaux and the
Social
social
media,
net, when you put the address, you see the places.
Yeah.
And when we arrived at that place at Natsia Mena, when we had that feeling, we said we want to give that feeling to the people.
When we saw the view
yeah.
from the amphitheater on the sea, on the nature, it was such a wow moment.
Yeah.
And we said, no, we
We
want
them to have that feeling.
that
Yeah.
moment was so beautiful that's why we said, no, we want to share this. And how to share this?
is to keep it
If we
secret.
send the link and put it, it's automatic.
Yeah.
Once you
Everybody's
receive,
doing
Yeah.
research.
That's very
What-
interesting.
once
That's
you
so
receive
true.
the place, you will check right
Yeah.
away on Google and you will see
Yeah.
pictures and reviews. So you
So
won't have that
everything
surprise
was
anymore.
Yeah.
You're already expecting, they chose that because of that.
Yeah.
It was like a top secret plan,
Yeah.
actually.
Even our moms who were staying with us, they didn't know about the amphitheater.
And
They couldn't see
Good.
it. They didn't know.
Even my mom, when she was walking with me towards the beginning, she said, okay, so where is the car? Is the place far? Are we going to get closer? Because she had no idea that it's in that place.
no
Ah,
way.
Yes, mom would say, where's the
Oh
car?
my
Are we going
goodness.
here?
Yeah.
Is it going to be? I said, yeah, mom, don't worry. And we just opened it. She also saw it right away.
Mm.
So, yeah, we
Yeah.
did
The
that.
secret, I think that's the best advice we can also give.
Yeah.
Keep it a secret so people also they don't expect.
Yeah.
And some people they won't give you advice and they don't know. So they're also in that part of we let them do and we'll be surprised for what they're gonna offer us.
It
That's
was
important.
magical for them when they saw it.
Oh yes.
Well,
When we have the
thanks
I
to-
remember.
Yeah.
I remember because at that day, like you said, I saw first in Google how it looks. I was like, oh, it looks amazing with the good weather and everything.
Mhm.
So when we arrived, it was raining.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, poor guys. They don't have the weather for the
Yeah.
wedding.
In
Right?
Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
In Ibiza, the only day before.
The only day.
Yeah.
And actually, when we went down, because you had to go down to see the amphitheater, right? And I saw this rain, and it still looks beautiful.
Mhm.
But I saw, I think, your father there.
Yeah.
It was your father,
He
right?
was my father.
And he was
The priest.
preparing little things,
Yeah.
and everything was wet.
Yeah.
And I still tried to do things, and I
Yeah.
felt a little bit like, oh. He wanted to do everything so beautifully,
it was
even
my
if it was
father.
raining.
Exactly.
So I was really, really surprised when I saw that it was raining, and suddenly when the sun came out, when the ceremony began,
Mhm.
it was like a miracle. I
Yeah.
mean, you
It
are
was just
so
like a half an
lucky,
hour-
guys.
Half an hour
It was
before.
half
Half an hour
hour,
before,
yeah.
like in the Lions movie, The
Mhm.
Lion King. It was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
Suddenly you came and the
Yeah.
sun was there.
Yeah, it was perfect. So it was not too hot. So we always say everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So it rains. We were like, it's good for the island.
Mhm.
It was not too hot. So at
Yeah.
least it was perfect.
Mhm.
I had no doubt since the morning when it rained, like she said, it's good for the island.
Yeah.
It never rains in this island. It's good
Yeah.
for the plants. It's good for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And you
And
have to be
then,
easygoing. It's something you cannot control.
That's
So then
true.
for the bride, like, oh, your hair, your makeup. I say, I don't care. The
Yeah.
view is amazing.
Yeah.
What you the most important is the showing of the love,
Yeah.
the people, the gathering.
Other
The
things are
makeup,
out of your
you
control, and
can't
it's not
control
your.
it. Yeah.
You can't change it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah,
You
because-
can't change the weather. It is how it
Yeah.
is, and just make best of
Can I-
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when you decide, we always say we want outdoor wedding.
Yeah.
So we know sometimes it's gonna be a risk of rain or wind or anything.
thunderstorm, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember that funny scene we were eating in Seychelles? We're
Yeah.
eating and it's outside and it started raining. So we're eating and okay, it's windy. So what I do, I go to the bathroom, I take a couple of towels and we keep
Which-
eating. I mean, we're outside. And then there was this lady that calls the waiter, when will it stop raining? And the guy's like, in Seychelles.
What should you do?
I don't know what is it.
So,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
But she went.
She was like, "Can't you do something?" I'm like, "No, it's nature." Like,
But on that day,
yeah,
you know what? Since the
Yeah.
beginning, I told you, don't worry, don't
Mhm.
worry. We love
So,
Ibiza. Ibiza loves us. Why
Yeah.
that? Because whenever we're in the beach, whenever we walk
Yeah.
around, if we see some trash, we're the first one to pick up.
Mhm.
If when we snorkel, we find rubbish, we take it. We love so much this
Yeah.
island, and we felt it that
Yeah.
oh, something's gonna happen. It's okay.
So cool.
I mean, I
Very
really
nice.
have to say, I met so many different couples, especially like grooms. And I mean, when I see you, you are so positive. You're always
Yeah.
like solution thinker, always finding the
Thanks so
He
best
much.
way.
always,
And that
It's
impressed me so much.
he's really positive, and he taught me there's always a solution.
Yeah,
This
that's,
is
Yeah,
so
that's
there's
true.
always a
unbelievable.
So
solution.
true.
And
Why
Yeah.
get angry?
yeah,
If you get angry, the first thing is bad for you. Then
Yeah.
it will be bad for your surroundings
Yeah.
with the vibe. So just avoid that.
Yeah.
And
But I think
progress.
nowadays, now with social media and everything, you see a lot of beautiful weddings out there. And I think people, they are concerned, a little bit worried, or they have anxiety because they think the expectation is so high
oh yeah,
from guests, for their self, what their family thinks. So I think a lot of couples, they focus more on what other things rather
yes.
than what they want for
For
their
me, that
wedding
was an
day.
issue actually at the beginning because I'm the one of the youngest on my mom's side, and the eldest on my father's side. I'm like, I have to do this. They're expecting, especially it's another type of wedding. It's not the traditional Hindu ceremony. There, I had like so much question, but then I talked with my partner. I'm like, why is it like that? I'm like, we have to make it cool. They will
Yeah.
see it, and we just don't share everything, so they won't have any expectation, and then the surprise work. But it's true, you have pressure with families, with
Yeah.
friends, also with social media. I had that pressure.
That's
Yeah.
right. That
Yeah.
was the most difficult
That was
part
the
of the
difficult
wedding.
part.
Yeah.
Is to deal with family.
The family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To give explanation to
Why you don't do this?
Why?
Why you don't
Exactly.
do
For my
that?
parents was hard because it's a Hindu ceremony in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Like question like, do they have coconut? Do they have banana? I'm like, it's not a desertic island. They have shops. I'm like, don't worry. There's like stuff. There's like people. It's not like in a forest. It's like, oh, because I always said beach wedding, beach wedding. So they all expect on the beach. So there will
Yeah.
be nothing. So that was a surprise for them. But to explain to my parents, that was the most
challenging
challenging
part.
part.
This is
yes.
what I
Yeah.
loved about you guys, that you're true to yourself. You really don't matter about, I mean, of course, there are cultural aspects, there are so many layers, but you still like really are true to yourself, and you do what you feel is right for you guys, because this is also a thing that we witness, that like cultural aspects or traditions are something, especially in weddings, like I wouldn't say getting in the way, but it's something that's still there, and people don't know, should I do that because it's tradition? Should I do that because people expect me to do this? And just to break that, and just to do your own. This is something that I really admire a lot, and I think this is something pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a personal thing. But yeah, as an individual couple, you should decide on how to celebrate
Yeah.
your
especially
love.
on the day of your
the
wedding
Yeah.
with your love.
We're lucky because
Yeah.
our personality makes us. We didn't have the or like the normal path. You go to school, university, study. We don't have that origin. Like, how do you say that? Traditional path.
Yeah.
Then we met. We were like
Plus, our
first
friends
we-
know us. We are
from-
crazy,
we are
and plus, our
crazy, we
family
said-
knows also we're stubborn and
We're very stubborn.
we have an
We
idea.
have our goals.
and we
and we got married pretty. We were not like young couple 20s. We
Yeah.
were like 35 something to get married. So it's also
You
another.
35.
I was 35. You were 36. No, 38. T'avais 38.
in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you were
I
39.
think we're speaking
Yeah,
about
this is why you were 39. I forgot your age. Always I forget
just 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But we're older also. We were
Yeah.
not like we had time to think about to
Yeah.
decide how we wanted.
And let's say we save the money, we put the money out. I think it's different if your parents
Help.
will
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it will be like that.
Then
Since
you
I'm
think-
paying, you will have to
Yeah.
invite
Yeah.
him. Since I am
Yeah.
paying-
I'm doing this.
Or they having a
so-
saying on
yes,
certain
they will
things
have a say because they
because
are
they're
paying.
paying
Yeah.
for certain
Yeah.
things.
That's why we took our time in the organization. That's why we said no, 2 years. We're gonna put
Yeah.
money aside. Let's check, and that's how it happened.
Yeah.
But it's a
Yeah.
great example for many couples which are really in this kind of cultures, and they want to be modern and themselves and brave and really separating their own love story. And I think many people, they are struggling because they don't have examples. So this is a really great example.
We always say don't rush it.
Don't
Yeah,
rush it.
Don't rush
Take your
it.
time.
Take your time. It should be an adventure together. This is what
Yes.
you're telling all the
Yeah.
time. And
Yes.
I mean, at the end, you also have a very special part of your wedding. You got married first in Las Vegas. So your family didn't know. How was that for you during all this time, keeping that as a secret? And then on your wedding day, I mean, really celebrating this moment
Reveal
Yeah.
that.
and revealing it.
So that we can say, thanks to my culture, I keep lots of secrets. Since 12 years with you, they didn't know. I'm pretty good at keeping secrets.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's
With
good.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good
Maybe
reference.
it's thanks to that culture that we said, you know
Well,
what, we're
we're
gonna
go to Las Vegas.
because let's say that for your culture, what is important is what they call the
Yeah.
registration.
Registration.
Yeah.
Does not exist. The
No, that's the
proposal,
engagement.
fiançailles, being
Yeah.
Like when he proposed, my parents were happy, but they're like, okay, what does it mean? And I said, it means we're gonna get married. So for the engagement is the registration. Well, but it's not that important.
and registration means
Means
the actual
actual
wedding
wedding.
legal.
Yeah.
For them, first is that, and
Yeah.
after it's the religious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say for many years since she introduced, the family was keep saying, "When are you getting married? When are you getting married?" I said, "Shame, we need to,
But you have to say also how your mom and your stepfather got married also. It's another. My
it's
culture is one thing,
another-
but from his side also, it's a very different
Story.
Yeah, let's say
Story.
my mom
wanna
and my
hear.
stepfather that have been together for 30 years, they got married one day, and I found out via email, and in the email it was written, yesterday there was a spot free, so we decided to get married.
Yeah.
Just for your information. This is
Exactly.
the picture.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs in the
Yeah.
family. Like
Exactly.
It's in my
So
side.
this was not shocked, but your mom was like, okay, she had some suspicions, but for my family is another story. That's another story.
So
But yeah.
and on the day itself, how was it? Like planning is one thing, coordinating, like hosting is another thing. Do you feel like not having a wedding planner there on the wedding days itself was stressful to you because or were you like coordinating everything by yourself or was that something that the venue took care of? How was that for you? Because yeah, I think like especially people don't knowing what's coming because you had so many surprises for them. Was it like transportation wise and like the logistics and everything? Was that like something easy on the wedding days itself?
I think the people of the venue is
for us, it was easy because we
we
delegated all this
to them
to
and we
each
trust them.
venue.
Yeah.
Each venue knew
Yeah.
at
what
what,
to
time, what to
do.
expect. One was dealing directly with the bus drivers.
And
The
I
other
also with the
one,
venue, we did also spend time with them, not only for
Yeah.
business or for the wedding. We had dinner with them. We
Yeah.
really had that relationship with these people. So
Yeah.
they wanted to also they were
we
more
became
caring.
friends
We
with
became
them.
friends with
Let's
them.
say
That's
that's
so
the
cool.
word. They were so caring that
Yeah.
they put themselves in our
Yeah.
shoes, and they wanted to do
Do
the
even
best
more.
for us
Yeah.
in order for us to enjoy this day.
I totally
So-
can confirm that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Let's
So
say
cool.
we feel very lucky and touched about that
Yeah.
because we could see. Imagine all these places. Imagine how many venues they do, and for the people working, it's not another wedding again. They were so happy. They were looking forward to it,
Yeah.
and on the day, that's why everything went really perfectly because everyone was giving the extra
Yeah.
1000%.
So cool.
Yeah.
So let's say, of course, coordination is very important,
Yeah.
especially on that day. Of
Yeah.
course, you should not be coordinating
Your own
Yeah.
wedding.
your own
Own
wedding.
wedding.
Of course,
Yeah.
if you don't have people dealing with it, of course, that's
It makes
where the
sense
wedding.
to have.
Of course, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like we mentioned, we're not against the wedding planner. It's just that we had such a specific and in 2 day different locations with different venues and
Yeah.
everything that no one could have provided that type
Yeah.
of service. So we had to, let's say,
Of course,
do it
you
by
need
ourselves.
someone like at this could be a wedding planner or the person at the venue. I was not gonna be putting the chairs, putting the
Yeah.
flowers and everything.
Obviously.
You need someone
Yeah.
Who takes
to
care,
do
of,
care
that.
care of that.
Yeah.
Let's
and
say
for
each
sure.
venue we had a
yeah.
Someone.
contact
Yeah.
responsible. So for Naxamena we had Tizian, for Ami Manera we had Umberto, for
Yeah.
Codice Luna we had Loris.
Floris, yeah.
Yeah.
So each
was
one
like
knew,
mini
and they were the ones
coordinations,
even
right?
more
Yeah.
ahead
Yeah.
and even proposing to us a different
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
And
for
they were
example,
professional in their
In their field.
their field.
exactly, in their
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember well, in A Mi Manera, the guests entered from a separate entrance. And
Yeah.
this was not our idea. This
Yeah.
came from them. They actually said, you know what? We have a separate entrance. It would be cool to make them come here. A welcome drink here and then come
Yeah.
inside to
Actually,
see
we never saw it.
We never
We
even
never
saw
even
it.
saw
And they
it.
said,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah,
please
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So cool.
everything
They were
was
thinking
taken
for
care
you,
of.
Yeah.
actually.
Because of course,
Yeah.
during that day, I mean, you can say you had so much preparation. And on my side, everything went really fast.
Mm.
So you don't have time for
Yeah.
staying on the phone.
Yeah.
You really have to chill and relax.
Yeah.
You had so many things to do. The preparation of a bride is even, for me, it's easy.
Yeah.
Gel, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But for you,
For me, is I share that moment with my mother-in-law and with my mother. They were more stressed than me. So when you get ready for the future bride, when you get ready, be surrounded with people who calms you down.
Yeah.
And don't put more stress.
Yeah.
Even if at that moment I know my cousins, they say, we want to be with you. I said no. For me, everything is a surprise. You will see me as a bride. I don't want to, even
Yeah.
me, I get ready by myself.
Yeah.
And I share that moment with my mother-in-law and my mom. It was a bit difficult, but just saying we have to
share that
manage.
moment until the moment you said
Bye.
Yes.
So
So you
share.
trusted me out.
Yes,
There's a
yeah,
moment
just,
to be by
I would say
yourself.
to the bride, just take that moment for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be around with the hairdresser, and also for the hairdresser, the makeup artist, someone who's chill, who's
Yeah.
like
Calms
calms
you
you
down.
down and relax you, and wants to even more. Because I was lucky because there was two ladies for me. One lady for to put the sari,
Yeah.
and the other lady for the makeup and hair. They don't know each other, but they helped each other. There was
So
no competition.
cool.
Oh, she's your makeup. I'm not gonna help you.
Yeah.
They helped each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
They were
was
both so calm.
exactly,
And so
and they were
chill.
helping, and
Mhm.
that was a good vibe also. And you need that vibe before
Yeah.
you start, because even if you're not stressed, you're like everything's under control. You
You're
have that
still-
Yeah.
moment. It's like, okay, everybody's
Yeah.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
Just be prepared.
I remember when I
Yeah.
opened the door and I saw you.
Yeah.
I thought you were very chill and calm.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty chill. The moment, okay, when she started to put the star, I'm like, okay, that's the
now it's
moment.
getting real.
And especially because I'm not used to take picture of myself,
Mhm.
and now you start to take picture. I was like, okay, I'm the bride. I have to take the picture. So that moment, keep it for you. Be
Yeah.
just yourself. Then if you have your mom or your father coming, it's another moment. That moment, I felt special. Just
Talking
for
about
me,
the
yes.
pictures, right?
Mhm.
Because you thought, I mean, that's what you said. You're not used to be in front of a camera.
Yeah.
So, how did you find us, and what was important about the wedding photographer?
For us, the picture, what was important is the natural picture. We don't like to pause to do a stage pictures. We don't like it. And in the Hindu wedding, usually it's like after you have to do the family picture, everyone wants to be with the bride and the groom. I hate that. I want
Yeah.
natural pictures. And I feel when you see the expression of people, that was important. And on
Yeah.
your website, we saw it. We saw those pictures and we said, we want that. That's what we really wanted.
Well,
for
it's
the-
not that I fell right away in their website. You know, researching, checking, comparing,
I do the resume.
reading this, that, keywords.
So he's a research.
Ibiza.
I just say yes, no.
And then it's
Yeah.
true that I ended up, I think you sisters had a
Yeah,
Hindu
the-
wedding in
The other
Ibiza.
sister
Yes,
had
one.
a year before an Hindu
Mhm.
wedding in Ibiza. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
They
And-
told
Italian.
me.
And,
to
and
Hindu
aside
wedding
from
and-
the fact that it was also another Hindu wedding, but exactly what we liked is that we saw that there was no posing, that
Mhm.
there was capturing the expressions and the moment. And it was that right away said, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
We hate posing. We
Yeah.
feel that it's gonna cut so much the vibe. The
Yeah.
bride will be so tired having to smile
Yeah.
1 hour non-stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing we were sure about it. We don't
Mhm.
need. And when we saw, I think it was that we saw already how it is. Some black and white, some color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't even have to research others.
Mhm.
And the other thing that I really liked is that I saw, okay, Quincy, Swiss. Okay, Swiss is a synonym of quality.
Mhm.
And then I saw that you also had the Southern American origins.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Man, this is perfect because if we're planning for Ibiza, for them it's gonna be perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the
with
Spanish
the language,
and
with
like
the
with
Spanish,
whole-
but they're Swiss, so they're very precise.
Yeah.
Of course, when we say Swiss, enterprise or like artists from
Mm.
Swiss, it's safe. We're
Safe,
sure that
for
the
sure.
work is done properly. So that's the
Yeah.
Swiss quality, we said.
Plus the Southern American,
Ah,
the,
yes.
the
The
good vibe.
vibes,
The good,
yes.
so no, it's
Yeah.
actually that. It
Yeah.
was the two. You're
Yeah.
Swiss, but you're also that. So you will understand
Yeah.
our craziness. Plus have the but
Yeah.
It's
also
nice. It's a
have
family
the
business with
Yeah.
your sisters.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And I think besides the work, let's just put the work on one side. There's like another aspect, which is the personal aspect,
Mhm.
right? That it needs to fit. You need to feel 100% like comfortable
Yes.
with the who you choose as
Mhm.
your wedding photographers, videographers, because you want to trust them.
Yeah.
And what we just know, like on wedding days, I think the photographers and the videographers are the ones who are like closest to the bridal couple on the wedding day, because we're always here, like next to you, like capturing all those moments for you guys. So I think it's so important that there's really a connection.
That's very important. But I also remember when we first met you, you actually taught us so many things about the
Yes, about
wedding
the
day
Yeah.
that we
helped
never
us,
even
like,
realized.
you.
with your book, I'm like,
We-
okay,
we
I know, like we're doing this. That's pretty correct. So
Yeah.
wow, you
But also
helped
the
us, yeah.
timings and the fact that wait, if you have one, but if you have two, you will have perspective.
Yeah.
But there is also video. So it's many things that we discovered also thanks to you, and it made me us realize,
Yeah.
why?
I mean, that
Not?
comes
Why not?
with so many years experience in this field that we have. We know how to guide you guys through wedding day, make it for you like easier. At the end of the day, it's your wedding. I mean, whatever you want to do, it's like you choosing it. But we want to really, I mean, we're not wedding planners, but we want still to like use the knowledge that we have and help you with whatever it is. So yeah, I'm really glad that you mentioned wedding guide.
Yes,
And
it helped. No, it
Yeah,
really
because
helped, yeah.
it's very well
Especially for
explained, and
us,
then
we did everything by ourselves, and that was
we
like a
checked, and
guide.
we're actually doing it.
Yes, so
we're
that's
on the
check,
right way.
check, check, check.
Yes, so
So
that's a
cool.
good guide. No,
I mean,
no.
especially for you not having a wedding planner.
Yes.
That's like kind of like the wedding
Yeah.
planner Bible.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Cool.
a big thing, and then for us right away, it's taken care of.
Yeah.
And really, you explained us. We told you what was our idea, and you explained to us, no, maybe this day we should have more hours of photography. Maybe the second
Yeah.
day we should do this. Maybe for
Yeah.
the video we should do this. Yes,
Yeah.
because I think people don't understand that photo is one thing and
Yeah.
video
Video.
is another thing.
Yeah.
It's a
Totally
total
different.
different thing, and you
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
do all in one
Yeah.
while doing a video. You take a picture. It's
Impossible.
Yeah.
one profession.
or-
It's like
Yeah.
patisserie or boulangerie. One makes bread, one makes even if they're
Yeah.
both
And it's something that I think a lot of people still don't know, because they still keep asking us, is it possible to do like both? Oh, right. There are other people's coming for the video part. So yeah,
Yes.
of course, because we want to focus on the
Yes.
photo part. Meanwhile, we have professionals focus on the video part. So I think this is crucial, like to ensure, to secure that you have really quality in photos and videos. So this is something that I think we still
And,
Yeah, I think
and-
now people are more focused on photography. That's important, but
Yeah.
they're forgetting the video. They
Yeah.
are really like they're doing awesome videos, like but the
Yeah.
trailer that you did, that's and souvenir forever.
remember, what is also cool is that each photographer is an artist. So
Yeah.
two photographers, it's not too different. It's that one captures one way, one captures the other way. So you feel that, and it will come, and the mix of all the pictures gives something even more
Yeah.
right. So that was also very cool.
Did you always knew right away that you want, besides photos, to have video?
Oh,
Or was that
yes.
something? Yeah.
Yes, because we always said for the wedding we're gonna dance, and I say I want to see the crazy moves, the emotion. Pictures you can see a lot, but the videos for me, it's still
Especially because in the
souvenirs.
video you see scenes that you couldn't really see yourself on that
And
day.
it's like you're reliving it.
So it's again a surprise for you
and-
after
Yeah.
many weeks after your wedding.
We were telling you, we watch the trailer every day.
Every
we watch
day,
the pictures every day, and then just by watching it, the brain brings you back to that moment of joy during cloud and cold
Yes.
days. So for us, that's why we were organizing these three venues, complicated, and we just needed the best. And it happened that the best was you. So we're very happy
Oh
with
my
this
God,
story.
that's so
I
wow. Thank you
It's
so
remember
much.
that
like
day.
you buy a Rolls Royce, but then you don't have money to put gas. I mean, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do things, you have to do properly
Do it
from
right.
Yes.
A to
Yeah.
Z
Everything.
because they're
Yeah.
all connected.
Yeah.
You
Totally.
cannot have the best hotel and then forget
Yeah.
about the, because at the end of the day, yes, it's the pictures and the videos that will
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
forever
Yeah.
and in your memory. But without that, the memories will
Yeah.
fade. So
Yeah.
that's the proof, and
Yeah.
it's captured forever.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember that day when she told me, she called me and she said, I have a couple for you.
Like I have the best. I don't have the best couple
And
ever.
it's your wedding, Steph. And I was like, tell me. And when
Yeah.
she told me about the whole story, it was
Mhm.
Las Vegas and Ibiza and everything. And then I saw you guys, I was like, I do this. This is
Yeah.
my wedding.
Just connect.
And I really
Mhm.
love the vibe because I'm a very sensitive person. So I love to feel the emotions of the people. And I'm a very observative person. So you see on the reportage that many people were photographed when they didn't know, right? For
Mhm.
example. So many really, a lot of smiling moments when
Mhm.
they had no clue that I
Yeah.
was nearby. And the same with video. So we have the same language actually.
Mhm.
And what is really interesting, also a little bit having another perspective of the client. How was it for you? Because we were two photographers and two videographers the whole day, 2 days with you. How was this experience for you, actually?
For me, so when I met you, we were separated. So I met just the two of you first. I'm like, okay, they're arriving, the artists. But then you are so professional. It's not like, okay, I had to look for the photographer. I didn't even see you. Like the four of you, I'm like, I don't know where they are. And then you take these amazing pictures and video. I'm like, they're very professional. So I don't even remember seeing where you were because I'm in the bubble. But to see the four of you, it's not like, oh, there's too much. It was perfect. It was really perfect.
That's
Yeah.
always the best compliment that we
Yeah.
get when
Mhm.
people think like, "Oh, we barely didn't notice
Yeah,
you."
yeah, that's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. I
Yeah.
actually remember guys coming in, and it was so cool. It was actually calming, a
Yeah.
calming effect.
Yeah.
And then even if I didn't have any idea how to pose or anything else, it's you guys just look there,
Yeah.
just fix your shirt, just watch the sun, just carry it, and all those small gestures after at the end looked amazing at the picture.
Yeah.
So I can start my model career now.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
movie career, like
Movie,
film
movie
as
also.
well. We have both now.
No, it's actually
Yeah.
cool because it's also other things you had no idea how to pose, what to do.
Yeah.
So many times you were preparing me when you pose, when you do this, we have to
No,
do
but
that.
the best
You were
moment,
teasing.
because on the second day he was supposed to wear a traditional Filipino shirt, but was not there, and you wanted to wear that blue peacock shirt.
What is it? I have a review.
And I was like, it's not good for the picture. But thanks to you, Stephanie, who said that's not good for the picture. You change and you put the white one. So for that, I'm so grateful because
can
I'm
you-
like, can you change? He's like, no, I want the peacock.
Because she said it with a very nice smile.
Yes.
With a very calming voice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you
I'm
need.
like,
A smiling,
yes.
nice,
Yeah.
calming.
He's like, okay,
Of course.
the professional says it, so he put it. I'm like, thank God you put that white shirt. Yes. And
We
then the
staged
karma
it.
is he lost the shirt.
It
We
was
don't know where's the
prepared.
peacock shirt
I
now.
did it on purpose to
Yes.
have that reactions, expressions to
Yes.
capture those moments.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that I really appreciate because you knew that, okay, the shirt, even if it's a beautiful shirt, it's not the moment to wear that shirt. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my responsibility is to look that it looks good aesthetically, right? And having like a sense of color, it makes sense for me to be like, this looks so much better. But
Yes.
I want to be polite and trying to give you the feeling that you always look beautiful.
It worked.
It
It worked.
worked. Me, I really appreciated that moment. I was like, yes.
That's so,
So
true.
cool.
No. But actually, what I really loved was when we were there where the lighthouse was. The lighthouse had a symbolic, well, I think was symbolically very important for you, right?
Every time we go to Formentera, the first thing we do, we take and we go cross the island and go until the end. And being there at the end of the island with that view, with that lighthouse, yes, it's very important and it's so nice. It's just, you getting there.
It was very strong because if you think it in another way, the lighthouse is a symbol for hope. When you're in the darkness, you see the light, right? And we were there, and I saw this lighthouse, and it was a very special moment for the photos, obviously. But also when it got dark and you saw the lights coming, and then you had really the restaurant just beside the lighthouse, and everyone was like so fascinated about the scene. It was magic.
It's there for you.
Yes.
It's there guiding you for your life after your wedding.
Yes,
And you saw the
totally.
light when it
I
was
saw
turning,
the
that you could
light.
see the light
It's beautiful.
going half of the island. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
It was
dreamy.
like the perfect ending, also. Because what I think about ceremonies and weddings, it is so important to give like a really strong message after the wedding. So symbolically, it made so much sense to see the lighthouse at the end of the wedding. And I loved it. It really it came with me
Now that
for
you
many
mentioned,
days.
I really agree with you. I also chose that part for the symbol.
Not really, but we're gonna say yes. It's fair.
But now you make us think
Yeah.
about it.
Because actually, why we choose that place is we saw the full moon. They say they do the full moon,
And the lighthouse, and then being on the cliff with the
is really
Wow.
You also
nice.
see on the video at one of the last scene is the lighthouse.
and we
So like
love
the
it.
wedding
Yes.
too. And when I saw right now the video, I was also thinking, yeah, true that. It was so special.
That lighthouse is beautiful. And the owner of the Chiringuito, he offers us to take the picture there. He gave us the place and he takes
He had the
pictures.
keys.
He has
He,
the
he made
keys.
sure to get it
Yeah.
because usually it's closed.
It's closed.
When it's
not
closed, it's
open.
closed, and when it's open, it's for public to go inside the museum.
Mhm.
Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was also
Sure.
very cool because I mean, look at that location.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
We had that private moment to do our pictures.
Mhm.
So that was really nice.
So cool.
It was very nice also how we did it because we finished the ceremony. Food and drinks started arriving, so people relaxed. And in that moment, we let the people mingle and talk between them, and we took that moment for us to stay together, but in the same time also taking the pictures. So we were able to do kind of two things at the same time.
Yeah.
We stepped out right away. We just hid a little bit. Huh?
Yeah. And especially you, because me, I was in my moment with people talking, and you said, no, that's the moment to take pictures, so let's go.
People
that was
enjoy. Us
so-
were on a side, we're doing it, and then
So that was.
But that was
thinking-
before, after the revealing. I mean, I remember the moment when you were preparing everything for the revealing, for the big moment. And I thought, they're obviously very nervous. They have to.
I was nervous. He was excited. I was nervous because we have the picture of Las Vegas and also the video ceremony. So he wanted to put the picture and then the ceremony. But then I saw some reaction. I said, we just do the picture because from my family, it was a big issue that we kept that as a secret. But he was
For my family,
excited.
it
I
was
was
not
like,
at all.
no. Me, I was like, I know some people are going to take it not in a good way.
I remember the faces.
Yes,
Yeah.
no. yeah.
Oh, surprise! What a surprise! I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Some people were cheering so much.
Yeah.
Other people were shocked.
Yeah.
Other people they didn't know how to react.
Yeah. There's my uncle who didn't understand who was Elvis Presley. So I just pretend he's the son of an Indian actor. He's like, okay. So yeah, it was a
All good
moment
then.
of mixed emotion for people.
Let's say even that moment, I knew that
we knew it.
we had to show it, but how to do it, that I did not know until we had that famous photo shoot at the lighthouse. And I was thinking, they're really good. Look at this, we're doing this and that. And then I had this idea. I said, you know what, we're going to trick them. We're going to tell them. And that's what we did. And we joked and we said, guests.
Oh, remember? Yeah, true.
I
totally
told to the guests
forgot.
because how to introduce it. I said, guests, look at this. You saw, we're so lucky. We have this 4 videographers and photographers. They're following us. They're so good that they were already able to do the pictures of yesterday. Do you guys want to see it? And everyone, yeah, okay, so please come. So are you guys ready? And I was lucky because on the slideshow of the Las Vegas wedding, there was already a phrase, a beginning phrase with it's written, our wedding.
Yeah.
So people, it's there. We have the photographer. They were all behind us. And then I just click play. And then it started. And that moment for us was really the best because you could see, and then people confused and people like, you said,
Oh my!
Yeah.
You
And I
were
said-
staring to the people. You
Yeah.
were really observing, like,
yes.
Yes.
you were so
I'm checking
fascinated.
because for me, just to trick them like that, the last jolly that we put on the table after all the surprises, because remember, they did not know about Naxamena. They did not know that after the cocktail, everyone
be
thought, this is a beautiful hotel. It must be, I saw a room down there. I think we're going to eat here. They did not know it was going to be at
another dinner,
Another
at
place.
Mimanera, another
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
The day after, same thing. They did not know it was going to be at the lighthouse. And the final surprise was this, that we're actually celebrating already our 1 year wedding in Las Vegas.
But it's true. Our friends, when we start to talk about Las Vegas, like only you guys can do that. Only you can pull that off. Our family is different, but our friends, they're like, we knew something that only
Something's
you-
coming.
Yeah,
Something
Like,
is
only
coming.
you.
So
My
cool.
best friend, the one who presents Sabrina, she's like, when we went to Las Vegas, she's like, I'm sure you're gonna get married with Elvis Presley, and I was like, no, you will see. And then she was the
And then
only
it
one that-
happened.
Yeah, it
But
happened.
after the surprise, the family was good with it.
Allora,
The f-
on 100%, what I always say, 95% appreciated and
Yeah.
said, wow. Let's say that in the 5%, 2%, because we're 100 guests, 2% is Anusha's family, and the other 3% is Anusha's cousins. That, let's say, had different visions about it and don't understand
my
the reason
parents-
why.
my parents
But the
got hurt.
95% was like, wow,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Very
I wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like in the movies. Congratulations.
No, my parents got hurt because they already, when we organize our wedding, they don't feel part of it. In my culture, it's like the parents make the kids' wedding and they organize everything. So even that, they're like, she didn't tell us. She didn't tell us. And they just got hurt a bit. But after the revealing, I talked with my father. He was happy. The alcohol helps.
Yeah, it really helps.
It was fun, but it didn't. They were still a bit mad. They're still mad until now, but we still had dinner. We were all together. We just avoided it, but we still had dinner with all the families, all the gathering. It's just that
I mean,
still in our
it's
honeymoon.
really it's a really brave situation. At the end, you said it's another culture and it's more serious. It's more. And I remember when I was in the car with you and the videographer with us, and we were filming you secretly. You didn't know, and you were just talking like a half an
Yes.
hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so interesting
Yeah.
because you were really open-minded in that moment. And you thought, well, that's part of the video also, right? That your parents said, yeah, first career and then gets married. And you were like, no, why? For
Yeah.
what?
Why? First
And-
this and then travel.
Yeah.
Why?
In
it's
our
the
culture,
moment.
the woman get married, she's free. And for me, it's like, no, I'm born free. There's no, I have to
Yeah.
get married to be free.
Like, who's
So-
setting the rules anyway?
Yes.
You know, you can make your own, your own
Mhm.
rule the way you feel.
Exactly. You
Looking
wanna
back
live
at Las Vegas, I would redo it and
yes.
redo
You would
it.
do it
we
again?
won't change anything.
Yeah.
It's the so easy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Very easy.
You arrive in Las Vegas. You just have to fill up an online form.
Only
go-
24 hours in Las Vegas. Really?
You just go
Yeah.
at the, how do you call it? Mairie, at the,
Yeah,
County,
the civil
county.
city
Yeah.
hall.
Yeah.
City hall,
You
yeah.
just line up. You have a wonderful person in front. Hello, how can I help you? Yeah, no, we're here. No problem. Passports. You will read something. You just swear that it's actually you. She will give you this paper. With this paper, you go to the chapel.
And you're married.
so
Exactly.
cool.
Everything is taken care of.
Even the clothes, you can rent the clothes.
Shoes, pants,
yes.
shirt,
And it's
tie,
like in the
everything
show, there's
rented.
one who's gonna help you. We had an amazing person that his name was Ricky. He's like, Ricky got your back. So it's like, let's go for the dress, let's go
Just
for
the
the
day
suit.
before, the
Just
tryout.
Yeah.
The day
So-
before, makeup taken care of,
Yes.
transportation taken care of. We line up. We have Elvis Presley. By the power gave to him of the state
Yeah.
of Nevada, he pronounced as husband and wife. our actual witness is the videographer, is the photographer. We got the wedding certificate in 2 weeks. When everything was over after half an hour, we changed in the toilet of the chapel, just like in the movies, in the toilet, changing, removing,
We put
putting the
everything
regular
there.
clothes.
Goodness.
We left the clothes there. We went to have dinner. We went to the airport. We took our flight. Went to Hawaii.
You're amazing.
Yes.
I mean, shout out to
Yeah.
that.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing what I think is so important when you are old. What is your story of your life? You know, how do you want to remember your life? And you are really creating your own story, which I think this is like a recipe for being happy. And
Yes.
a
So
very
we
important
just keep
part.
Yeah, keep being happy.
doing happy. We keep doing that with simple things, with
It's simple things. It's really-
enjoying and sharing these moments. And actually, about Las Vegas, what you also always said is that the wedding is something so important because it's the legal one. It's not just the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the bling bling, but it's actually the legal one, and it's really just for me and you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
our moment.
There's no
Yeah.
need to please anyone else. It's
Yeah.
for me and
Yeah.
you and me. And I think that's how it should be, something like
Yeah,
that.
Yes,
maybe-
when you prepare the wedding, you need to not forget the moment you will share with your future husband. And that wedding, it was just him and me. And
Yeah,
it was
it's amazing.
perfect. It
And
was
the-
just
the-
our
the-
moment.
So it was actually really cool just to be the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We did not feel lonely. We did not feel no. We really thought, no, it's our wedding. We're
Yeah.
adults. We decide to do this step. We are
Yeah.
gonna be legally married now. So this we do just me and you.
Yeah.
Then this celebration. That's why we always call this weekend. That was not our wedding. That was our celebration of love.
Yeah.
And we celebrated our way. That's why also the name of the restaurant, it's called A Mi Manera. That in
Ah, mi
Spanish
manera.
means
Yeah.
my way.
My way.
So many small.
Yeah.
So
So
cool.
one thing was the actual, and one thing was how we celebrate
Yeah.
that with family
Beautiful.
and friends.
Beautiful.
But actually, I would suggest people get married in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
I mean,
best.
what I really think that people have to talk more about it, that the love is between two persons. So it's not selfish to do that
No.
because
No.
you're doing
That's-
this for the other person because you want to be concentrated in that moment, not distracted. And then, like you said, then you can be like, okay, now the family, we
Yes.
already did it, and we know that we love each other. We did it for us, and now we invite you to celebrate
So
with
with
us.
us.
You will hear people say, "But was I?" And it's like, it's not about you. It's about not even. It's about our love story. And when people realize that, they will be like, "Okay, just be happy." But some people, of course, they're gonna be more attached because it's like, "I wish I would be there. I wish I was gonna be your witness," or "I wish," and I'm like, "But it's your wish. It's not about our love stories."
True.
And you need people around you who also know the love story. Like the witness we want, the people want knows us. That's what is important.
What otherwise is well, actually, it's very important that young people hear that because many people are really they have fears,
Yeah.
and actually, being in love and live love means be brave, right? And
And
what
be-
kind of advices do you have for them?
I will always say follow your heart. Even don't listen to what you share with your partner is between you and your partner. You can always talk with your friends or family, but they don't live the situation. They don't. So when you have your couple, just cherish the moment. Don't you can share the happy moment, but what's between you and your husband or your partner, keep it for you.
Yeah.
Don't overshare the because people will give advice, but they don't live the situation, and sometimes it doesn't help.
Yeah.
it would be take your time, enjoy, create this bond with your partner, create these nice memories that will want you to have even more in the future.
Yeah.
Don't be rushed, don't be pressured by the society, by the
We always say we have only one life. Enjoy it. You
Yeah.
have
well,
one
you
life.
say that there are many other
Yes.
lives. Let's say, let's enjoy
This
each one of
life
the
we
lives
have,
that
yes.
we
Live
have.
it to fullest.
Yeah.
Is there anything like looking back that you regret not doing? Maybe. Do you have any regrets, like wedding regrets, that you think,
No,
I
it's
might
not
have
that.
done that
It's
better?
just like we organized everything by ourselves. The only few things we delegated to your family
Yeah.
to make them feel part of it was to deal with the priest.
Yeah.
And we told to the priest, it's 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, but he made the ceremony much longer because he enjoyed, how do you say, having this ceremony in
The-
this location
yeah.
Yes, and
without understanding that delaying
Mhm.
would mean
There's
other
other
venues waiting, the
consequences,
drivers waiting, us that we had to change the program.
yeah,
Uh,
it's actually it's not really every good because we always look at the positivity.
it's not, but
Because
let's say
people
that's
couldn't
the
see.
small.
Yeah, that's the small. If you say in a wedding, what was the thing that went a bit wrong is that
Yeah.
part. But
It's just that.
actually,
It's not. It's
it's
just a drop.
actually when we realized that it took longer, people could have watched the sunset. So at least they
Yeah.
enjoyed the sunset. There was more time. We didn't really enjoy that moment. Okay, after to take more picture for us, like, it's okay. At the end, we just let go and everything is
Yeah.
fine.
Another
But
funny thing is
it's-
like we chose two songs for our entrance.
Yeah.
And we found songs, and then we said, oh wow, I like that song. How about you? I know we have that song. Okay, how many minutes? Okay, so let's time it. So this means, okay, you enter, you have enough time to go down. When I enter, they put the song, and then I find this
Yes.
table with your parents doing some sort of rituals that was
Yeah.
not foreseen before.
Yeah.
So of course there is the song. People are waiting for me to come down, but I'm stuck there, and then no more song, and then I walk down. But let's
Yeah.
say these are small,
It's small details.
small
actually.
details, but they
details.
just make you laugh.
Okay.
But let's
Yeah.
say
The issue may it's not regret. What they had an issue is our DJ was sick. Oh yeah, our DJ was sick.
yes, yes,
He
yes.
was sick, so he couldn't
Let's say
perform.
this person, we met him and we even became friends with him, and we really love the music. And the same thing, just like when we said with you photographers, we're not gonna tell you what poses or what
Yeah.
we want. The same thing with this DJ. He's such an artist that he knows what type of music to put. I'm not gonna give him a playlist
Yeah.
and say put the Macarena first and after put
Yeah.
O Sole Mio.
Yeah.
He is so good that
But he showed up, but he was sick.
No,
Or no, he didn't
was,
show up.
He was sick,
but he
and
called
last
us.
minute
Yes.
was
Oh.
not able anymore because he got a big,
Big
sickness,
sickness,
let's say.
yeah.
It's not
Okay.
just a cold that he could not. He found out something,
Yeah.
and it was so he said,
Yeah.
"Don't worry, don't
And we
worry."
were
So he
like,
had a replacement for
He did not have, because let's say
Say.
it was such a bad news for him that he did not have time for
Yeah.
this, and we just said, "Don't worry, just take care of your health.
we were
don't
more
worry."
hurt, like he's sick, so we feel bad. Like he's sick, he couldn't come
Okay.
to the wedding.
But
The mixing
luckily,
is
the how do you say,
the venues.
the venue had it covered. They already had two DJs in mind, so no problem. We have how we usually
Oh
work.
wow,
Yeah.
how good.
And then we were also so lucky that one of our guests were actually also DJs
no.
that mix
No
in
way. That was one of your
Ushuaia.
guests?
Yeah, the one in the little room. Yes,
They were one of our
They-
guests, and we became friends because we actually saw him mix before Maluma's
Yeah.
concert in Ushuaia.
But he was so good.
Yes. And we saw him mix
Amazing.
after J Balvin's concert in Pasha. And once he came to Switzerland, and Anusha said, he's coming, we go. So we actually went to the club where Anusha was going when she was 18.
Yes.
So going back
It's a reggaeton.
as a
It's like
39-year-old man with, let's say, younger. But it's okay. We had fun. He had good music. And in that occasion, we said, we were there, we met, and then we became friends.
So good.
Each time we would go back to Ibiza, he would say, tell me when you're there. Tonight I'm mixing here, tonight I'm mixing there. So we started following him. And he introduced us to his wife, that is also a DJ. And
Incredible.
then
What a
we became friends. We
coincidence.
became friends.
We see
But then
more
we told
them,
them,
yeah.
you are invited to our
the
wedding,
not
but
as
not to
DJ,
mix, not to
just-
DJ.
And they were
Just
like,
to-
no, but we're really happy to
But
mix.
if you want this
Yeah.
and that's what, at the end we said, okay, if you really, really want it, she would be really happy.
'Cause I
Let's say the
love
last
music.
part, if you want to mix, yes, with pleasure. So they brought their equipment, they
Oh,
installed,
wow.
Yeah.
they even asked if Anusha had a favorite song so they could work on it.
So cool.
I just
So we
sang
had
one
the-
Sri Lankan song.
So-
Not all, but just one Sri Lankan
But still,
song. Yes.
so let's say that
Yeah.
the first part was
Yeah.
the DJ of Ami Manera,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice,
Very
cool.
nice. Very
And
good.
when we
actually.
moved inside for the final
Yeah.
part, it was our
Friends.
guests, friends, slash DJ husband and wife that mix together. So
Yeah.
let's
How
say we
cool
feel
is
blessed and
that?
Yes, we
lucky
were
because I
lucky.
mean this is a
Yeah.
I
and
mean, you
from
see
a
it in the videos. People really enjoy
Yes.
music.
For us, like when we start to organize the wedding, I always said music is the most important.
Yeah.
So the DJ is the first
Yeah.
person we met and was our friend. And then that happened. We're like, we're gonna find a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot get stressed or like worried.
No.
It's
Yeah.
Ibiza.
It's like you said,
Yeah.
something out of our control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing that happened to one of our
Yeah.
friends. It's not his fault. It's okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we were lucky again to be surrounded by professional people because
Mhm.
the venue, the manager in my man said, but don't worry. We already have two DJs that work with us.
How
Yeah.
cool.
Don't worry. So no stress.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're surrounded by professionals.
Yeah. So cool.
So venues were taken care
amazing.
of. The pictures were taken care by you. So we just had time
Amazing.
to enjoy.
Yeah.
Like just having a dance party because like music sets the tone.
Mhm.
For me as well, like personally, because we're not married, obviously, but for me it's actually the same. I think I would be like music is like crucial
Yes,
to me,
yes.
like because having like a good vibe,
Yes.
having a
Mhm.
good dance party, because at
Mhm.
the end of the day it's a celebration,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
good DJ knows how to do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
He looks at
Yeah.
the dance floor. He knows what to put.
Mhm.
yeah,
When we see people
So
going with a phone, can you put this?
Yeah.
Can you put that? I
It's
mean,
like,
it's really
no,
like going
it's
to an
not.
artist and say no.
No.
yeah, yeah,
Each
totally.
one is a professional in its field, and you have to let people do
Yeah.
their.
For sure.
And that's the highlight also of a wedding, a good party,
Mhm.
especially because this is the moment where people really let go,
Yes.
right? And everything feels so loved and
Mm.
chill and easy. And if the DJ is good, it's
Yes.
really
Mhm.
like
For each-
explosion of emotion, and you really had that moment. I remember when I got in and everyone, even your parents,
Yes.
were like, yeah. And they were so, I mean, at the beginning when I met your father,
Yeah.
he was a bit serious, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and at the party,
Oh,
he was
he-
like a young teenager.
Yes. For a
Totally.
good party, the best is music. You
Mhm.
need alcohol and good quality.
Yeah.
You need good alcohol and good food. That's
So
the
to
three.
all listeners listening out there,
Yes.
good music, alcohol,
Good quality
good
alcohol.
quality
and,
alcohol,
and good
And
food.
good photographers,
food.
because if you drink too much and you forget,
Yes.
at least they are
Yeah,
there, and you go,
pictures.
this happened, this
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, you had no idea how the photos will turn out.
Mhm.
So after this wedding, and you needed some time to chill and to process, and suddenly you got this link with
like with the
Yeah.
preview
Yeah.
and with the trailer. How
How
did
was
that
that?
felt like for you guys?
I keep saying just that resume in 1 minute, we did not even realize how beautiful
Mhm.
our wedding was and how cool it was, and seeing again all those smiles, those happy people, those laughs.
Mhm.
And I keep
And-
telling her, even the richest billionaires in the
They don't
world,
have that.
they did not have this moment.
Because
We are
you
happy.
you capture the happy moments, all the moments between you and me when we drive to the far to the lighthouse, the families when we're dancing, when I'm coming down the aisle, like everything is captured. And it's a 1 minute video, and I can't believe it. Still, I love that video.
Amazing.
But when
And-
we saw it, and then when we shared it to everyone,
Yes.
everyone is like, "Wow!" Because it's exactly
Yes.
wow.
And people don't expect it also
Don't
because they say
expect-
photographer, but they don't expect that.
I
trailer.
never,
Even
I
us,
never
we were
saw
not-
any
We
trailers.
never saw that, and
of
we
weddings
were
of
not
friends.
expecting it either.
No.
We knew that
Yeah.
something was gonna come. I mean, like this, we were not expecting.
So-
So for the guest, it was even another surprise.
So
Yeah.
cool. So
I-
for
if
people,
her phone could say how many times she
Yeah.
watched it in loop, it's
Yeah.
like
so cool. Like for couples out there who are not sure whether to have videographers as well, because there's still a lot of couples they choose photographers instead of videographers. There are not as many couples yet who are having both. What would you tell them? Like for those who are not sure
that's
about
easy.
having video.
I would tell them, just check our trailer. You guys can show it to them,
Yes.
and that speaks for itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially when you
Because-
see a trailer, you feel part of it and
Yeah.
you relive it. So it's so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
No.
And you
The
feel
video.
the star of a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Totally.
wow, it feels
Yes.
cool. Yes.
So cool.
Yeah, yes, I would say just check.
Yeah.
Look at Luigi and just trailer.
We do so.
And then
yeah.
answer again.
Amazing.
No, there is a big.
Yeah. because also our guests they enjoy it, but also the people of the venue. I still remember when we went back to the Mi Manera, he was so proud. He's like, "Look what
He's
happened here."
showing to
He was
everyone. He
so
was
proud.
showing to his
Yes,
clients.
look what how we did it. Look what the video did it. So now it's they are very proud
Amazing.
of it. No, no.
So cool.
It's really two different things. It's important
Yeah.
to explain to your clients.
Yeah. It's another.
Photos is one thing. Photos will that specific moment.
Yeah.
But the video is the resume of the whole
Showing the
vibes
vibe.
of
But
the
also the
whole,
music, and you put back the speech, and when we were talking, you
Yeah.
put all this back. In a few years, we won't remember what we were saying.
Yeah.
So to recapture those moments was important.
No,
It's
they're both.
different.
They cannot
So-
be one more important.
No,
It
Yeah.
should
it's
be
equal.
Like very
equally
Yes.
both important.
Yeah.
And as I said in the beginning, you cannot think at the beautiful wedding, the beautiful car, the beautiful dinner, and don't give the same importance to
Yeah.
the video and to the photo. I
Yeah.
think you should even go it backwards because that's what stays.
Yeah. What's
The video
lost.
stays, the photo stays.
Yeah.
Thanks to the video and the photo, you can share again those moments.
Yeah.
This is what's
Yeah.
happening. And we're sharing and then with the people been in our wedding
Yeah,
and
and also, for example, what I think is also very interesting is after a few years after the wedding, 20 or 30 years, and maybe you were like, yeah, how was the vibe back then? And then having a
Yeah.
video so the different with the photos, right? Because of the voices and music and everything else. So it is something that rides a little bit more the spirit of the moment than only the photos. So having both is really like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole cake.
it's a whole cake.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it is.
totally the whole cake.
So
We're sharing this video with everybody around
so
us.
cool.
They're impressed. Like
So
when
that's
we're
also the
saying,
thing. Video is not just for you. It's
Yeah.
just like for the whole wedding
Yeah.
community, like for all your guests. I
Yes,
think
because they were
everybody
part
is
of it, and
rewatching
like
it.
what we said, this was this because of you people that were there, and you guys captured the moment. I mean, it's thanks to the people that were there that the moments and everything, but it's you guys that got all those
Yes.
moments. So of course,
Yeah.
you cannot say, look at the pictures, but if the pictures are not nice, it's because the moment was not nice. You
Yeah.
can't blame the photographer.
Yeah.
If nothing happens and you see the movement, nothing happens. It's not the
Yeah.
videographer or photographer. So
Yeah.
the responsibility is on the couple to be surrounded by good friends,
Yeah.
good people, good
people.
fun that will create good moments.
Yeah.
And these good moments will be captured by you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Totally.
it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
Without one thing, you cannot have good pictures and good
Yeah.
videos.
I really have to say that this year your wedding was so special to me because we went with as a team, two videographers and two photographers. And normally we're more concentrated on doing like a project and we know we have a goal. But in your wedding, we were a part of the community, of the family. You were really trusting us and we could be really near emotionally to you. You had no fears to show us the weak moments, the best moments, the most romantic moments. And that's what we can do with that in our work. This is the moment when we really appreciate that we are able to catch that as
Real as possible.
real as possible.
Like, and this is just possible when our couples they really open up to us. So they really show us like let loose.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about us. Like, we just want to be there like as good company for you during that day.
Well, us we're really like open. We don't really bother what people are thinking of us. We just live the moment.
Yeah.
That's help also.
Yeah.
We share everything with
And-
everyone. So
And after watching the video again, after watching the
Yeah.
pictures again, we just want to renew our vows. As soon as
I
possible.
see the next day,
I know,
every day one more time.
Is it okay to renew vows after 4 months? We have to wait 1 year at least.
we can
So
do it.
cool.
And Luci, it was such a pleasure to hear your story.
It's finished.
Yeah, finished now.
Although you want to like tell our listeners something else, something maybe they should consider about wedding planning, about is there like one more advice that you would give them, like in
wisdom,
general,
a
like in
wisdom.
general for planning?
For us, the wedding, we always considered it as the first teamwork together between the, couple.
Yeah.
So don't let just one take care of everything. Yeah, whatever you do.
Do everything.
It's a
together.
50-50. It's important inputs from both sides. It's important to do both
Yeah.
because it's the first
Yeah.
thing together.
It's the
That's what
first
you said. It's
project. It's
our
your
first project.
So to communicate.
So to really 50-50,
Yeah.
do it together, take your time, put
Don't
money
rush.
aside, surround yourself by professional people, and you won't have any problem.
Amazing. Well,
I
thank you
guess
so
it's-
much
Thank
for this great
you.
advice.
Yes.
And for all listeners, if you're planning a wedding and you're interested in getting our wedding guide, go and grab it. It's available online in our store
Are you speaking
physically.
about this?
It's this one, yeah, and online. So we do have a lot of advice and stuff that you can consider for your wedding. Just go and get it. And yeah, thank you again, Anusha and Luigi, for being here. Thank you for
guys for
having us
having
for
For
your
trusting us.
wonderful
Thank
wedding
you.
weekend. It was again an honor and a joy for us to documenting that.
Thanks to you
And
for
yeah,
those pictures and the videos. It's
Yeah, you capture the everything.
and we
So-
can't wait to be there, like a reunion in Ibiza somewhere.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
let's
we
have
will.
that.
We
We
have to
will.
organize.
For
We
sure.
have to.
we have
do
to-
that.
we have-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
Thank
having
you.
us.
having us.
See you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you.